if she wanted to confess,
Yes.
you know, you can't come here and just say that, oh, you know, I lied.
Okay.
Because that one is tantamount to a confession.
Okay.
So because the law protects you against incriminating yourself. Because
Okay.
even when you are an accused person, there are rights and guarantees. You have a right to a lawyer.
Okay.
You have a right to know that, you know, what your legal remits are. So you are not just thrown in, so that we protect you against this mob culture that you are talking against.
So, as in the law gives you an opportunity to lie professionally?
No. No, the
Okay.
law gives you the chance
Yes.
to state your case, but in a manner
Yes.
that you are then also protected. Like this girl, if she just goes on at random the way she's been going,
Yes.
she's somebody else. If you have a very unfavorable system,
Yes.
she can actually be charged with perjury. Or she
Okay.
can be charged under Section 38 of the Sexual Offences Act.
Okay.
And
then,
so that therefore basically means it's
Yes.
not that the law says you get away with it,
Yeah.
but the law says if you have a lawyer, then I can take and say my client was a vulnerable witness.
Okay.
She was not given the services of a vulnerable witness,
Okay.
because then she should have been given an intermediary to speak on her behalf.
Yes.
And through that intermediary, maybe we would have known that she was being compelled by her mother, because she's a vulnerable witness.
Okay.
When you are young at that age and you are sexually abused,
Yes.
either the court on its own volition,
yes.
or the prosecutor should say we have a vulnerable witness,
Okay.
or a vulnerable victim, and then you talk through an intermediary.
Ah.
Yes.
Now that makes sense.
Yes.
And then the concept in general
Yes.
of people who have ended up. Of course, you say the cases are rare, but you have people who are in the justice system because they are wrongly accused.
That is true.
When that is proven that they've been wrongly accused, what happens to them? You can't just tell them pole and that's...
No, you can't just tell them pole. And I'm
Yes.
glad I was part of the group that came up with the new constitution. It's
Okay.
now old, but we still call it new.
Yeah.
I guess because there's no other new one.
Yeah.
But because we have the old new constitution,
Okay.
because we have the old new constitution,
Yeah.
and I was part of the making, if you look under the Bill of Rights, I think we have one of the most progressive constitution.
Okay.
We have a new provision that was not there in our law before.
Okay.
Under Article 50, I think, 52 of the Constitution,
Okay.
that says that now if you're actually wrongly convicted, you can go for a retrial. And because it's a Bill of Rights issue, even if you don't have a lawyer,
Okay.
you can actually write to the court and say these are the facts.
Okay.
And state to the court that these are the, because under that system we've said, do not make it complex for people to access court.
Okay.
Even though there's a system under which people, you know, as lawyers, we will tell you, you can use a notice of motion, you can use chamber summon, which will be confusing to the public.
Yes.
So some of us who had practiced, especially helping poor people,
Yes.
we said we must find a system that a person who can't reach or afford a lawyer can use. Okay. And under the Bill of Rights especially,
Yes.
people are cushioned so that if your right is abused,
Yes.
your right takes preeminence or prominence
Okay.
over procedure. So
Okay.
if, for instance, this guy was actually falsely accused, by the way, I listened to it and I was very sad.
Okay.
If indeed that was the position,
case. Yes.
it is very sad. And the only complex thing, though, is from where I sit, is that we have what we call an adversarial system.
Okay.
And the person who accused him is the Director of Public Prosecution,
Yes.
through, you know, which is the government of Kenya. In fact, if you go look at whatever it's written, Republic versus,
Yes, yes.
yeah?
Yes.
And it's the Republic who accuses you on behalf of the complainant.
Okay.
And we are expecting the same Republic
To retract.
to retract, because you are saying then they will have confessed that they made a mistake. And many people will not be willing. The Office of a Public Prosecutor, instead, most of the times, they will go on and say,
Yes.
no. Because actually to get a conviction in cases of sexual offenses,
Yes.
the standard of proof is
too high.
very high. So I would actually be keen to know what was actually there that convicted this guy. Because you cannot convict him on the evidence of this girl alone. So I would like to know what else was around, because sometimes also people can give you very fancy stories, but when you go to the details,
facts.
you find that maybe there was semen that was
Yes.
found on the girl, which matched with the accused. What was the semen doing unless it flew?
And even if the DPP can look at the case and in his heart, in their heart, they know that that guy is innocent, for the sake of the image, they will still let that guy stay in prison.
No. It depends on the DPP in office. If you have a serious DPP and if bowing to public pressure, and I would actually urge the DPP for people to have confidence in the system, that they need to relook at that.
Okay.
But also the person who was accused, this guy was accused, again, he can also write a letter to the court and indicate the facts and say, I need a retrial under Article 52 of the Constitution of Kenya. But if he has a lawyer, all the better for him, because the lawyer will then know what process to go through under the criminal procedure. I think if you look around under Section 363 or 364, it's what gives fit to 52 of the, I don't want to be complex, but the lawyer would know what to do. But really what I'm saying is that it's not a done deal. Because I keep hearing people saying that, oh, his case is hopeless, it's a done deal. No. Where there's injustice, there must be a way.
And